Bitcoin is about to do something it's never done before. The world's largest cryptocurrency is getting a whole new layer of functionality thanks to a historic integration that could change the way that we think about cross-chain finance forever. And it's happening fast. Welcome to JRNY TV, where we break down the biggest stories in crypto so you can stay early, stay smart, and always stay ahead of that noise. Today, we are diving into a massive development that you do not want to miss. Bitcoin is coming to Cardano. That's right. This isn't just another upgrade. It is a potential turning point for two of crypto's largest ecosystems. At the 2025 Bitcoin conference, Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson is scheduled to demo live Bitcoin functionality on the Cardano chain. And this isn't just hype. Cardano has already confirmed its first successful Bitcoin transaction, marking a major step forward in unlocking Bitcoin's liquidity within the Cardano DeFi world. That means Bitcoin holders could soon interact with Cardano dApps, smart contracts, and other on-chain features without giving up any control of their assets. This could be one of the biggest unlocks of the year. If Cardano can bridge the power of Bitcoin with its own scalability and programmability, it creates a whole new lane for DeFi, RWA tokenization, and institutional grade applications, all while onboarding the world's largest crypto user base. Let's dive into how it all works and why it could change everything. How it works. No bridges, no wrapping, just good old real Bitcoin. So how is this actually happening? After years of talking about bringing Bitcoin to other chains, Cardano just made it very real, and they did it without bridges or wrapped assets. This is not the same old wrapped Bitcoin or WBTC approach. It is a whole new model that leverages zero knowledge proofs and shared architecture between both networks. It's clean, it's secure, and it is definitely decentralized. Earlier this month, the first ever bridgeless Bitcoin transaction to Cardano was completed utilizing a protocol called Bitsnark. And here's how it worked. A user sent one Bitcoin on the Bitcoin network, and ADA or Cardano minted a mirrored version called X or wrapped Bitcoin, verifiable on-chain utilizing ZK proofs. And that means that the Bitcoin never left the Bitcoin network, but users can still interact with it on Cardano as if it had. Then, when the user was done, the wrapped Bitcoin or XBTC was burned, and the original Bitcoin was then released. What makes this revolutionary is the lack of custodians or third-party risk. Most cross-chain activity, it relies on bridges, many of which have been hacked for billions with a B. This setup eliminates that entirely, and since both Bitcoin and ADA utilize the same UTXO model, they integrate better than most people realize. You add in Cardano's Hydra scaling tech, and you're looking at a faster, cheaper Bitcoin transaction without even touching the original chain. So instead of just imagining what DeFi would look like or could look like with Bitcoin liquidity, ADA is actually doing it right now. This is not theoretical anymore. It's live, it is real, and it's opening the door to a whole new era of smart contract utility for Bitcoin users globally. Why this changes everything for Bitcoin and ADA. The integration of Bitcoin into ADA or Cardano isn't just a technical achievement, it is a strategic move that could in fact redefine the landscape of DeFi as we know it. By enabling Bitcoin to interact seamlessly with Cardano's smart contracts, this development, it opens up new avenues for liquidity and utility in the crypto ecosystem. One of the most anticipated events accompanying this integration is the Midnight airdrop. You heard of it? I'm sure you have, unless you've been living under a rock. Midnight is a privacy-focused sidechain on Cardano, and its upcoming airdrop aims to distribute tokens to a broad user base, enhancing privacy features and encouraging widespread adoption. These developments, when combined with Cardano's ongoing upgrades and focus on scalability, it positions the platform as a very formidable player in the blockchain space. The fusion of Bitcoin's robust security with Cardano's advanced functionalities, it could attract a new wave of users and developers, potentially reshaping the future of DeFi and cross-chain interoperability. Cardano's roadmap, why the best is still ahead. While the Bitcoin integration is grabbing those headlines, it is just another piece of a much bigger puzzle. Cardano has been very quietly building one of the most ambitious development roadmaps in crypto. In 2025, it's shaping up to be a breakout year for ADA's ecosystem. With infrastructure upgrades, governance reform, and expanding developer tools, the network is now laying the foundation for mass adoption. The upcoming Chang hard fork is one of the biggest moments in the pipeline. It will formidably kick off the Voltaire era, introducing full on-chain governance and allowing the Cardano community to vote on future protocol changes. That's huge. This is where Cardano sets itself apart. It's not just scaling tech, it's scaling decision-making, something that no other major L1 has pulled off at this level. On top of that, improvements to scalability via Hydra, expanded support for native assets, and renewed interest from institutional players are all converging. It's the perfect storm. With real-world asset tokenization, projects like Midnight, and now Bitcoin functionality, ADA or Cardano is now becoming a multi-asset, multi-chain blockchain platform that appeals to developers, enterprises, and retail alike. In other words, what's happening right now isn't just bullish, it is foundational. ADA is not chasing short-term hype. They never have. It's stacking long-term wins, slow but steady. And the Bitcoin demo, it might be the moment where the world finally starts to pay attention. ADA's roadmap and why the best is still ahead. While Bitcoin's integration is stealing the spotlight, it is really just the latest chapter in a much bigger evolution for Cardano. The network has already hit some major milestones, most notably the Chang hard fork and the second phase, the Plowman hard fork, which officially kicked off Cardano's journey into on-chain governance. These were not small upgrades. They marked the beginning of Cardano's Voltaire era, where the community takes control. With governance now live and functioning, ADA has positioned itself as one of the few blockchains capable of full decentralization at scale. These upgrades give ADA holders real power, enabling them to vote on everything from protocol updates to treasury allocations. And the level of community control, that's exactly what long-term builders and serious users want from a future-proof blockchain. Beyond that good old governance though, the ecosystem is continuing to expand and fast. Scaling tech like Hydra is being refined. Side chains like Midnight are rolling out, and developers everywhere are now able to launch more complex apps natively on Cardano. You add in Bitcoin integration and upcoming institutional pathways, and you have got yourself a chain that's not competing, it is innovating. So while that good old price, it might be steady right now, the fundamentals, you remember those? Yeah, they're moving fast. ADA isn't reacting to trends, it's setting them. And if everything lines up, 2025 could be the year that flips the script on the critics for good. Cardano's moment might finally be here. For years, ADA has been the underestimated underdog, mocked by some, ignored by others, but that narrative is getting harder and harder to hold on to. With Bitcoin integration now live, Midnight unlocking, privacy use cases, and on-chain governance officially active after the Chang and Plowman hard forks, the groundwork is now laid for a massive shift in momentum. How's your portfolio doing? This isn't just about tech, it's about timing. As institutional eyes turn toward more scalable, secure, and decentralized networks, ADA or Cardano suddenly looks like one of the most complete layer 1 ecosystems in the space. And the recent wave of developments, especially connecting Bitcoin's liquidity with Cardano's smart contract capabilities, it could be the spark that brings in a flood of new users and builders. So if you've been sitting on the sidelines, now may be the time for you to pay attention. ADA or Cardano is no longer the slow chain, it is the smart chain. And that latest leap forward might finally be what turns years of preparation into explosive growth. If you by chance enjoyed this video or breakdown in any way, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to JRNY TV, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Are you bullish on ADA or Cardano's future after this Bitcoin integration? We would love to hear from you. Until next time, stay sharp, stay early, and we will always catch you in the next one.